the Player of the Month, the Manager of the Month, and they're the team of the moment. But could they clinch the championship today? Good evening. Arsenal would win the Premiership title this afternoon if they could beat Everton at Highbury. It was a vital match for the visitors too, desperate to cling on to their Premiership status. Alan's here to watch with us. David Pleat and John Motson were there to witness the story.
On an afternoon of brilliant sunshine, Highbury is agog, because this is now a more significant match even than it was 24 hours ago. Not only would an Arsenal victory thrill their fans and bring the London club their 11th championship, second only to Liverpool, but the third club on that roll of honour, today's opponents Everton, now know that if they lose today and Bolton win next Sunday at Chelsea, then the Merseyside club's proud unbroken run of 44 years in the top flight would be over. Well, Arsenal know that if they don't win today, they have 2 more chances to collect the points they need to render Manchester United's challenge irrelevant. But they're being asked to clinch the first part of the double without top scorer and Footballer of the Year Dennis Bergkamp. His hamstring injury means Christopher Wray starts the match, and Ian Wright, who hasn't played in the first team for 3 months, is on the bench after a run out in the reserves. And it's a special day for Nigel Winterburn, who's playing his 500th game for Arsenal. Everton come with a reshuffled defence, 5 at the back, with Slaven Bilic in midfield, and only captain Duncan Ferguson, an out-and-out striker. Nick Barmby, the likely one to play loose off him. Peter Beagrie's experience preferred to the younger element, and the new signing John Spencer is injured. The referee in his last match before retirement is Gerald Ashby, and here to join me for what should be a riveting occasion is David Pleat.
Well, Everton cannot afford to be too cautious. They've got to go for it. They have picked their most experienced side available to Howard Kendall, but it is the relatively inexperienced fullbacks, John O'Kane and Michael Ball, who will have to be brave and get forward down the lines to try and support and play some balls into the towering Ferguson.
Lee Dixon with the throw for Arsenal. This has come to Vieira, and now the other Frenchman in midfield, Petit, who passed a fitness test. Here's Overmars in the first couple of minutes. There was a doubt about Petit, had a groin strain. A long kick by Mura, searching for Ferguson. Here's Peter Beagrie for Everton. He gets the free kick. Foul by Dixon, and Beagrie's down. And there's the shot coming in straight away from Don Hutchison, but Arsenal break with Nigel Winterburn, and Anelka's gone down the middle, and there are 2 on this side unmarked. One of them here is Christopher Wray. It's a great chance for Arsenal, and it's saved by Mura.
Well, the counter-attack came straight from that free kick. A lovely diagonal ball that put Christopher Wray in the inside right channel. Everton doing their best to get back. But there was the problem. Threw people up for the free kick, left themselves short at the back.
Adams is forward. And Mura's under pressure here. It's coming out in Everton's favour. This is Lee Dixon. And what a tense day for Howard Kendall. This is Carl Tyler. There's a push. Michael Ball on Ray Parlour gives Arsenal a free kick in a threatening position. Martin Keown goes forward with Tony Adams. Petit will come across to take it with his left foot. Adams has got his arms up on the far side. Tony Adams! Arsene Wenger's team are in front. And we've only been playing for 5 minutes. What about this? It's a beautifully delivered free kick by Petit. Adams had his arms up on the far side. And Arsenal are in front, David.
It was a very high ball. Adams has scored from that position before. We thought at the start that Everton may have enough big men. It was Bilic.
It's good enough Bilic, I think. It may have to go down as an own goal, but it's 1-0 to the Arsenal. This is Keown. Parlour starts his run now further forward from Dixon here. Petit to Winterburn. Anelka. Winterburn. Anelka for Arsenal. Tries to slide it past the goalkeeper from a difficult angle.
Great support play by Winterburn that gave Anelka that opportunity. Sharp play, good angled passing. And there you see him, no question about being offside. He came from behind, and that could have been absolutely crucial.
Overmars for Arsenal, look at this, and Anelka's run offside. Ray and checked his run, in fact, here he is now. And he heads it back into Parlour, and it's a save by Mura at the last.
Sparkling play, moving the ball quickly. Excellent diagonal. And a fine header by Parlour. Parlour really follows up his balls well. He supports every attack. He plays the ball infield. He keeps on running, and he appears at the end of the attacks.
Adams is there again with Keown. In fact, it's a strange delivery this time from Emmanuel Petit. Ian Wright has had a tremendous cheer because he's just taken to a stretching run down the touchline. Parlour to Dixon. Anelka let it run. It's a good challenge by Hutchison on Vieira. Ferguson turns it on to Bilic, striding from the midfield now. Ray just touches it back to Petit. Overmars has made a great run, and so has Anelka here. And Thomas Mura's come out, and with the help of Craig Short, he's enabled Everton to get the ball away. Look at that tackle from Petit, and the return ball played, and here's Christopher Ray, and Mura again.
Arsenal's movement and early passing is really causing all sorts of problems for Everton's three central defenders. Petit looking to break when he can. Vieira, we know, strides on. Everton must change something.
Petit is down on the far side and writhing in agony as Everton come back with Barmby. And there'll be a question mark, I think, about how that happened. But wait a moment, because Overmars and Arsenal are on the break. He's got Ray to his right. And as the ball rolled into the net to make it 2-0, Arsene Wenger and the physio Gary Lewin, 28 minutes gone, were more concerned about the condition of Emmanuel Petit, but the referee did Arsenal a real favour. He played on, Overmars took them on, and Mura got a hand to it, but it rolled on into the net, and it's 2-0 to Arsenal as Overmars squeezes this one through. Hutchison now. Now there's a chance for Barmby to get away. He's got Ferguson to his left. Possible opening here for Everton. This is Ferguson. Outside him is Hutchison. And Keown to clear. And there's another injury problem for Emmanuel Petit. Indeed, he may have to go off. And he's cross with Hutchison for the challenge. Very cross. Oh, that didn't look good. So the former England captain, David Platt, who scored a memorable goal here against Manchester United earlier in the season, in which looks now like a very important game looking back, he's on in place of Petit for Arsenal. It's Watson for Everton, right on half-time. Indeed, there's the whistle, and Arsenal go off in a winning position. They've been as rampant and as ruthless in this first half as they've been for much of the second half of the season. Mark Overmars scored the second goal. There could have been more. The first one was an own goal by Slaven Bilic. Arsenal have got the championship in their sights with a 2-0 lead at half-time. Three changes by Everton at half-time. Beagrie, Bilic and O'Kane have gone off. Madar, Farrelly and John Oster have come on. It's a wholesale switch by Howard Kendall. The only consolation I can offer Everton at this stage is to remind everybody that at Goodison in September, Arsenal led Everton 2-0 at half-time, but the final score was 2-2. That's what Everton have got to look for in the second half here. On this Highbury carpet, so superbly prepared by the groundsman Steve Braddock, who himself has been made Groundsman of the Year among all Arsenal's other awards. It's a fit playing surface for a championship side, but David, how are Everton reorganising here?
Well, they go to a back four. Oster's going to go wide rightish. Madar will give some muscle and strength to Ferguson. Slightly forlorn figure in the first half, a little bit isolated up the front.
Oh, nice ball, Vieira to Platt. David Platt, oh, he's fed that one through. Anelka, Anelka!
Lovely delivery there by Platt. Finely weighted pass. Just a little bit too wide, I think. A little bit ambitious for Anelka.
Ball. Oh, they've given it away, Everton. Dangerous. Overmars, look at this. Surely, surely, that clinches the league title for Arsenal. What a magnificent way in which to do it. Sheer individual flair here. Overmars with pace, takes them on, goes slightly wide and steers a marvellous shot beyond the reach of Mura. It's 3-0 Arsenal.
You have to feel for Dave Watson there. It was a fantastic goal because the angle seemed to get wider and wider. But there you see that amazing burst of pace that Arsenal saw in Overmars when they signed him. Tremendous reverse shot into the far corner. Short was doing everything possible to try and cover Watson. Wasn't enough. They've got a greyhound on the left.
Oh, that's given away by Hutchison to Anelka. He's on his own. Anelka. Parler's arriving now. Anelka shooter. Good effort from a difficult turning position.
He did well to get in a shot at all, did Anelka there, but when he picked up the ball, you see this interception. Then he was faced with three defenders. Short hesitated. He backs off him. He allows him to attack him with the ball. They forced him wide and he still got in his shot, but he was 3 against 1. There's that surging run of Overmars. So difficult to cope with that type of pace. Wonderful individual goal, wonderful run. And I think Pat Rice and Arsene Wenger know that that was the crucial one.
Now there's a bit of a space here for Everton at last. Barnby, Madar, Barnby! Is that a penalty? Not been given, and somehow Keown scrambles it out to the far side. And Everton are looking at the referee, but there's no great protest.
Well, that was Everton's best attack yet. They got men forward in that attack. There you see a lovely 1-2 by Barnby. Slightly unfortunate there. I would have given an obstruction on the edge of the box against Barnby before that ball played through. And then the cross was too deep for the disappointed Ferguson.
The Highbury hero is getting ready to play a part. The record goal scorer of all time in an Arsenal shirt. And Ian Wright, who hasn't played in the first team since February, is going to play a part in what could be the climactic match. Smiles all over his face as he replaces Nicolas Anelka. And what a reception. I haven't heard a roar like that for a substitute since Zico came on in Mexico in '86, David.
What month, John?
He really is loved here. Well, you can be laid back, can't you? This is Madar. In the centre, Ferguson and Barnby and David Seaman perhaps glad of something to do. There's only 2 minutes left here. Arsenal are the champions. And they've got Ian Wright going through the middle. Is this going to be the storybook finish? Thomas Mura denies him, but Mura's well out of his goal. Surely it's asking too much of the script for Wright to score now, but you never know. This is bold. Adams has gone forward, and he's on. What a way to clinch the championship! The captain and the rock on which Arsenal have built has confirmed their title with a typical surge forward, but perhaps he would agree, a somewhat untypical goal. What a moment! They were all looking at Ian Wright, and it was Tony Adams, and he took it like a centre-forward.
Yeah, and it was his colleague of many, many years, Bold, who's played that delicate ball through. What a half volley, left foot. France, here we come. Tremendous shot. The best strike of the game, I think. But what a lovely pass by Bold.
10 wins in a row. And Everton here, Tony Adams and company, have totally outclassed them. Arsenal are the champions. The first leg of the double is achieved. A man from France called Arsène wins the title for Arsenal in his first full season. And Ian Wright was there when it happened. As indeed, inevitably, was Tony Adams. A thrilling moment for Arsenal and their supporters. 13 points behind Manchester victories. They've stormed past them and brought the title back to North London for the first time since George Graham's team won it in 1991. Arsène Wenger makes his own piece of Arsenal history. David Pleat.
Well, he's done a most fantastic job. He's been calm, he's been philosophical. He has combined the foreign element with the English element. He's bought well. Everything has come into place with a most wonderful run. No one can deny them. They are the most efficient side in the country. They've had this magnificent run. They're a well-balanced team. They have pace in the right places. They have the right leadership, a fine goalkeeper. And really, it has been a magnificent season for North London's Arsenal.
And just in passing, of course, it means Everton now have to win their last game at home to Coventry and hope that Bolton don't win at Chelsea, or at least they get a better result than Bolton in order to try and stay up. Their fate's out of their hands, but Arsenal certainly isn't. They've won the league, and the cup final is 13 days away. Ian Napier, the chief executive of Bus Brewers Limited, hands over the trophy. Every player getting a special cheer as part of this monumental celebration. It's a colossal achievement when you think that at one time Arsenal were 13 points behind Manchester United. And also when you consider that they could still go on and emulate the 1971 team and win the League and Cup double. The FA Cup final against Newcastle is a week next Saturday. But for the moment, Highbury salutes the team of Arsène Wenger. A team based on English resilience at the back, but French and Dutch flair further forward. Arsenal are the 1998 FA Carling Premiership champions.
Emmanuel, what a reception, what a day for Arsenal.
It's a beautiful day. I think one of the most beautiful days of my life. We did it, and it's very... I can find my words in English, you know, but I can say in French, c'est magnifique.
We played really well. We expected Everton to come and defend, and that's what we did. We got the early goal, which really opened the game up for us. And as you said, the display today, it was well, it was awesome, wasn't it?
About when in the season did you think that you were mounting the challenge that would take you to this title?
Not until you get right up there, you know, and then you're within touching distance, you know, that you realise that you've got a chance. You know, you just keep plugging away, which is what the lads have done. You know, there've been key players gone out and come back, and and it's turned out perfect.
A lot has been said about the experience of the Arsenal players, particularly the defence. Do you think in the long run, in the final furlong, that was a crucial factor?
Yeah, it is. It's experience. You know, all that defence has been there before. You know, so they know how to cope with it. You know, we just pass on the experience to the other lads that haven't been there, and everything's worked out great.
Prior to the game, we were all a little bit nervous, and you know they had everything to play for. But once we kicked off, I think we lost the nerves, got the early goal, and you know really went on from there.
Nice for you to come on a sub at the end there.
Yeah, it was lovely to be involved because you know you sit on the bench, it's not quite the same. But to get on for 10 minutes in midfield, if you don't mind, which it was an added bonus, I think.
Who was keener to get on, Ian Wright or you?
Nobody's keener than Wright. No, I think and it was great to see him back in the fold as well.
Everybody was saying that it would have been great. I would have come on, finished it because Everton's a team. But you know, Tony, for me, it was all perfect day.
Perfect day, and possibly round it all off with the FA Cup too.
Well, you know, we're going to enjoy this first. You know, once the FA Cup comes, it comes, and we'll be looking forward to that. But you know, this is fantastic for everybody involved with Arsenal.
Arsene, many, many congratulations. How does this compare with the other successes you've had in your football life?
I would say for me it's the biggest one because maybe the most difficult. I was lucky to win some titles, but I would say to come to England for me and to win the championship is a tremendous honor, and I'm very proud, and maybe it's my biggest satisfaction in my career until now.
You had that lean spell, didn't you, for you back in January time? How did you manage to turn it round then? Because you were 25-1 shots for the title.
Yes, that just shows that bookmakers can sometimes be wrong. I think we had a bad run in November and December with 8 games and only 2 wins. But after that, we could turn things around because we had a tremendous spirit in the team, and because the French players and the English players mixed always better. Overmars became stronger, and that made the whole thing very efficient. And when you think that we have now won 10 championship games in a row, it just shows how efficient the team became.
One of the most satisfying aspects for you must be that you've changed Arsenal's reputation for sort of stereotype football, passionate but stereotyped, into a fascinating blend of pace and skill.
Listen, you have to respect what Arsenal has done before because they have won many titles and many medals. But of course, I'm very happy because I think we had a combination of exciting and entertaining football and efficiency. And so that's why we could keep our fans very happy.
And how important was Tony Adams' return to form?
It was tremendous because he became stronger always, and he had this cool and ruthless determination when things become hard. And I would say since January, he was tremendous. But they have all contributed so well in the experienced and the backbone of the team. These defenders are all fantastic.
Now, you'll be looking forward to the double now. How important is that to you?
Listen, let me enjoy a little bit the championship tonight, and of course we'll try to be at our best in the cup final, but I think it's just let's enjoy 2-3 days after we have 2 more championship games, and it's important for us to keep the right concentration and the right spirit in the team until the final now.
Well, when you joined Highbury to begin with, you had your critics. It took a little time for you to settle in. Now you're very much an Arsenal man, I take it.
I'm proud. You see, I had my lot of critics when I arrived because I was unknown, and so it was difficult to convince people. But I'm very happy today because I think the Arsenal people had confidence in me, and I'm happy to have paid them back their confidence because they had as well to be brave to employ me because it was not obvious for them.
Well done, Arsene, and thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you very much.
He has done a marvellous job in a quiet sort of way, Alan, hasn't he? What was the key, do you think, to him turning it round? Because they did have that lean spell, and at the turn of the year, nobody gave them a chance of this kind of thing.
Not a chance, and they've had a remarkable run. I think it's been a combination of English durability and grit and determination and foreign talent, and it's bedded in together perfectly. In this run, sometimes in a football team, you get a situation where everybody plays well individually, every unit, goalkeeper, back four, midfield four, front two, and they all play well collectively. And even the people that you're bringing in are playing well as well. Christopher Ray came in and scored vital goals at vital times, and you get in a row and you think, hey, we're invincible here. And I think that's what's happened in the last 10 league games. And again today, unbelievable. Right from the word go, I mean, they've been criticised for not attacking in numbers, but today, this is in the first minute, Everton free kick. We've circled Winterburn there, he's a left back. Now watch this. He breaks, he gets forward, and then the support is phenomenal. He gets the ball at his feet, great pass. They've got 3 or 4 forward positions. Christopher Wray comes in, and a great save. That is in the first minute. But when they pass it, when they get down and pass it and move, they're great to watch as well. This fella's been outstanding, Vieira. First time there, played back in, 2 touches, play, first time again, and then again, the forward in numbers that just pile on the far side, that's offside. And they did that all afternoon. I see a lot of similarities in this team to the Manchester United team that won the championship last year, and people were saying that was the greatest side ever. You've got the 2 great goalkeepers, you've got Seaman and Schmeichel, 1 and 2 in the 90s in English football. You've got Adams and Pallister, 1 and 2. Then you've got Vieira and Roy Keane, great engines, up and down, both good in the ball, but both got discipline problems. Then you've got Bergkamp and Cantona. Then you've got Overmars on the left and Giggs, and it goes on and on. But they're a team in their own right, and they're a fantastic team.
Overmars has been a revelation, hasn't he, in particular? Arsene Wenger said he got stronger and stronger. I mean, he did have a lot of critics when he started. People thought he was a sort of natural flair winger, but didn't have enough grit and talent, perhaps. But, I mean, he's been sensational.
Well, his goals have been key goals as well. I think that people are always scared of pace. I mean, when you play against out-and-out pace, you get a little bit of fear and trepidation. But when you play against controlled pace, then you're in trouble. And what happens when you're playing against that, instead of defenders doing all the right things, they do all the wrong things. I mean, when I look at the Overmars goals today, I say to myself, where did he pick it up? Where did he hit it? And how many challenges were there? And it's because they're scared stiff of the pace of the guy. You know, he picks up here in his own half, he runs 40 yards, and he hits it inside the box. No challenge at all. Second goal's exactly the same. You know, Arsenal do well to press it and win the ball back. He picks up there in his own half again. He runs and runs and runs. You know, it's in the back of the net, and Anelka's just as quick. You watch here the body movement of Craig Short against Anelka. This tells you specifically about pace and great pace. Watch his body here. He doesn't know whether to come or go. Indecision is final. Doesn't get anywhere near the ball. Then he backs off again because he's scared he's going to hit it past him. And a good shot as well. And I think if you go through the Arsenal side, we talk about the goalkeeper, the back 4, the midfield 4, the passing, the movement, the Bergkamp with the goals. The icing in the cake is the pace of Overmars and Anelka. I mean, when you play against that, you're scared stiff.
Can they win the cup? Do the double?
I'd only be a fool to bet against them, that's for sure. And it was your tip early on, Arsenal, if you remember. Very good.
Thank you very much.
You're improving.
I think you went to for Coventry, didn't you? You're getting worse.
Yeah. I can only get better.
What about Everton, though? I mean, they're in big trouble now.
Honestly,
huge club.
Today they were awful. They were absolutely abysmal. You know, 4-0. It could have been 6 or 7. The first half, they were all over the place. If they don't play better than that next Sunday, then they'll go down.
Okay. Well, now our last goal of the month competition for the season. As usual, you have to pick the top 3 in the right order from the 10 that you're about to see.
I So a pulsating day on the pitch meant that we're unable to bring you French and Saunders tonight. Sorry about that. You can see them doing their stuff on Monday, May the 18th, here on BBC One.